Cut that short. Since I restarted, it wouldn't be a proper Unitrader stream without some technical difficulties, as I am technically completely inept. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Hope everything is good. Bitcoin got the big bounce going here, running into the same problem zone that we had yesterday. Didn't quite manage to hold. Got everybody real bearish, trapped a bunch of shorts here, and now let's get the squeeze on. Or is that it? Is that it? All right, so today haven't really done much yet, right? Got a pretty tight range started off, and then London started the pump again. So let's see what New York brings to the table today. This zone is going to be now problematic again, but hopefully we can come up here and take this this high from yesterday, at least get through it, which will give us a little bit of confidence that this is not going to rip to the downside today, which could definitely happen. Bit of an ugly kind of bump and run here, almost off of this. That's what I was kind of looking for, maybe a pull back into this tail and then do a rounded bottom, maybe put in an Adam and Eve or something. But looks like maybe not. Might not happen here. Get this out of the way. And take a quick peek here. So we've got this trend line here that we are now breaking through, whichever way you pull it. What's going on, Gabriel? Good to see you, man. And we have retested it now twice, 3 times. Let's see if this time's going to be the charm. Who knows? Who knows? Pretty risky business, this Bitcoin. One thing I do like about this is the sort of relaxed nature of this move up. We've got a small row of single prints. Sorry, our single prints are here. We got this fair value gap here, which may need to be settled up here before we move on. But let's see how that goes, if it gets settled up at all. Got a nice golden pocket right in the bottom of it. Can't wait to watch the Trade of Fate video over and over tonight. No worries, Build Rob. If you have any questions about it, just let me know in the Discord. It's being a bit twitchy, Trade of 8, man. I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed in Trade of 8 right now. It's a little bit glitchier than I would like it to be, but we'll talk about that in the live stream tonight if anybody wants to. Okay, so yeah, golden pocket down there. Could be a little slice of interest down there. We did put in a buying tail yesterday, so the previous day's low is also a buying tail, so that's something you really want to keep an eye on. Let me just make sure here. On EXO, our buying tail from yesterday, sorry, the selling tail from yesterday is tiny. Let me just confirm this. Yeah, it's 5 rows, so pretty small. That's the selling tail, and the buying tail is only 8. So either way, we've got tails on previous days' highs and lows here, all right? Something to be aware of. And now it looks like the pre-market's getting its dump on. See if we can get a retest of the Asia high potentially. Haven't really gone down there since, yeah, been above it now for about 4 hours. So might be a good time to go down there and see if that'll hold. This trend line has been broken, but now being breached once again. So still a bit of an iffy day here. What's gonna go first? I really do hope we can take one of the previous day's extremes. Not really interested in inside bar today. Would like some directional news here. Right. We've got our Monday high. Right here. All right. So if we can take this high, that would be just very good for Bitcoin this week. Get over that initial balance high. That would be what I would love to see, but it's going to be a bit of a tough nut to crack. We've had a big move so far, and let's see if the bears continue to try to wrangle these bulls here down a little bit. Now, having said that, again, you know, one thing that always kind of amazes me is how people start to get real bearish and real, oh my God, the sky is falling. We can talk about this trade here from yesterday in a second, but you know, just keep in mind, there's nothing that scary going on here. We are just trading in a range, right? It's just a range. It doesn't look great, this move down, I understand that. But, you know, here didn't look great either, and everybody was still pretty bullish. So we're just in a range, just in a range. Trade the range, all right? Trade the range. Okay, so this zone here, there was not much there, I have to say, that would have led me to believe that we were going to have a real good reaction. But we do have a point of control here. It was our last real naked point of control. All right. So that was from February the 3rd. So we had that. There was also 786 was there that Super Sos pointed out so graciously. 786, isn't that what I said? 786? Did I say 886? I meant to say 786. If I got that wrong, sorry, Sos. But yeah, 786 as Sos did point out, and previous month's close. Okay, so you know, does it have to hold, right? No, nothing has to hold, right? So if we bring this down, I mean, I posted this when it happened in the Discord group, so you know, this is where SOS enters, this is where Unitrader enters. So I just like a little more confirmation, right? That's it. That's my style. I'm a little bit more cautious. All right, so yeah, price comes into that zone. We get a nice bounce. We come up, we take out the previous high here on this move down. And I understand this is just a 1 minute chart, but this is where you're going to get the most precise sort of entries. Well, on the 1 second chart, you get more precise even, but that's a little bit too fast for my liking. And then price takes out this previous high here after we put in a cute little sort of W here. And price starts going, SOS got in perfectly. Okay. All right. Yeah, SOS got in real low. And so as price moves away, and I'm looking for the same sort of stuff all the time, right? And this is, for me, was perfection. Fair value gaps, golden pocket, price comes into it. You get a massive reaction candle off of it. Very nice shaved top, bullish candle, no engulfment, which is a bit of a double-edged sword, right? If you're looking at a monster candle like this coming down, and then you get the engulfment and you hop in on that, it's going to make your stop loss a little bit wider. All right, so for me, this was perfect. And I posted this as soon as this candle closed. I posted that in the Discord group with the golden pocket. Didn't really say much about it, but just posted it up and then got a few eyeball emojis looking at it. But that was the entry I took. So this was Sosa's entry down here, the sniper, Sos the sniper. And then you've got cautious Pedro over here. All right. Either way, pretty much 3% move. So hallelujah. Days are good. Yes. So that's it. And if you want to do, other things, you can. You don't have to get in either like me or Sos or the Viking or Andy. Whatever suits your needs, whatever confirmations you got, is the best way to do it. Trade the way you trade. And if you're no good at it, then don't trade the way you trade. Refine the way you trade, right? Practice. So yeah, that was that for yesterday on that long. But you definitely could have gone in on, let's check out the universal criteria for the 20 EMA here. All right, you bust through on the 5-minute chart. That's your entry candle. But you're not really going to be looking to take that trade yet because there's nothing happening here. You're in a downward trend, right? So now you break above, you have now a potential shift in market structure. Okay, you take out a high, price comes back, closes below. 5-minute candle pushes back above. There's your entry, stop loss right below that candle. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. Unless he's the perverted uncle, then we won't talk about him. But anyways, yeah, could have done that. Could have waited for a big three, which would have been a little while later. Not a great reversal strategy, the big three. It's good for continuation, right? But these are sort of stuff we're looking at constantly, all right? Find a zone, even if it's not that interesting and you start to see these sort of setups come in, they're oftentimes quite good. Okay, so is this just a dead cat bounce? So far, it doesn't really look like it. It feels pretty nice, I have to say. Let's get rid of this and let's just check out some vectors here. We can get rid of that. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff I really like to see on the bottom is you're coming in pretty hot, pretty aggressive, and then you've got this casual move back up without any vectors having to initiate the move. That's always a good sign. And then vectors start initiating here. So this move up here, this might be retail getting trapped in here once again, and the market makers or liquidity providers getting a free ride here after people started thinking bearish thoughts again, maybe on a two-legged pullback or something. So a little bit tough to read this zone here. Do we have to come and reclaim this before we move up? There's a definite possibility of that. So be real careful. If you're in a long, make sure you take some profit out, get your stop loss in order. Don't be too aggressive with your stop, but at the same time, get it in order. But yeah, like to see that, like to see nice, calm sort of movements, not too much increase in tick volume. Always good to see, good sign. And now here we are, just ranging around waiting for our New York Open. Not. All right. Very strange. NASDAQ today looking a little bit on the dumpy side here. So not a good look for the NASDAQ today, but we are on support right now. So let's see what happens there. Also have not broken any previous day levels really, just tightening up here. Let's see what kind of moves we get. There are 7 p.m. Eastern, we're getting the FOMC minutes. So that should bring a little bit of volatility to the NASDAQ. It generally won't affect Bitcoin at all or crypto, but the legacies, it'll tweak out a little bit here. Okay. So let's get this down to the 1. Start thinking about our pre-market here. Our pre-market high so far, and our pre-market low so far. Okay, we can also, let's just take a peek here real quick at the RSI. We'll also take a peek at the Vicinator. Who calls it the Vicinator? I can't remember now. We'll take a look at the Vicinator indicator as well. The Vic indicator, the Vicinator. So we are definitely getting into the realm of some potential divs kicking in here. Okay, here's previous high. We got a bit of a lower high here, but they're very equal. So not very concerning, these divs on the half-hour chart anyways. And we still have a little bit of room to go up here on the RSI before we get into the sort of territory where we're looking to slim it down. So yeah, a little bit on the sketchy side here. It was Oddbjorn, the Vicinator. There he goes, the Viking Gator. And it sounds like I'm calling him an alligator, but that's all right. If we look on the Vicinator, we haven't put in any divs yet. Money flow looks relatively decent. It is starting to kind of curl down a little bit here on the half hour, but not bad, not bad. If we look on the daily, it starts to give us a bit of a potential move here. We've got some divs, bullish divs happening here. We do have a local low here on the yellow line. All right, and money flow does look like it's curving up. Okay, so not bad. Good morning, Mr. Hervé. Hope you are well. Get rid of this. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. So we're pretty much in the exact same position that we were yesterday before New York Open. We've been trading above Asia high for the better part of 4 hours here. Better part. So 4 hours, 20 minutes or so. Coming in to clean up this sort of mess we've left here behind. So let's hope New York doesn't do what it does yesterday, which is dump. If it does, hold on. Hold on, because it could get pretty wild. All right. Once again, I'm supposed to mention, join our Discord group. Link is in the description, and hit the like button. Subscribe if you like what you see. If you don't, then leave a dislike, call me a bad name, and go on about your business. Okay, so that's it. Let's take a quick peek here at Alt Universe. Look at APT up 15%. ARC up 22. Wow. Uh-oh, Dubai just bought big amount of IPU. Yeah. So, but looking relatively green here. Made some big movers to the upside, not too many dumps. Oh, look, the president's coin is up 3.25 there. Ooh, Vine down 14. That's dumpy. That's right, Lloyd Rogers Spencer. Don't sell. The next candle will be green. Hodl. Hodl, friends. Don't sell. Green day's coming. That's not looking good right there right now, but all right, let's check out the old Dixie is down. Always good to see. All right, you dump that pre-market, dump it so that the old New York Open can pump it. Uh-oh, and Hervé talking about very controversial issues here at the Trading Academy. Alt season starting. Yeah, be careful. Those are fighting words for some people. Monsieur Bouchiron. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but I apologize if I am. Yeah. Let's see if they get started. The old alt season. I think until Bitcoin breaks this range, I believe I believe that everything is just going to be a little bit wacky until we break this range. All right. I don't know if we're going to break it to the upside or the downside, nor would I really care to try to figure it out. But I think as long as we're in this range, it's going to be a bit tricky, especially with alts. So just trade, the charts, man. Find your levels, look for reactions, trade them. Not something that the crypto community likes to hear a lot. I know that we all want to hear bullish news. And within the next 48 hours, it's going to go to X or Y but just relax, trade your levels. Don't worry too much about all the noise, all right? Think about it. This chart is enough noise, right? We just look out here. That's, even if you close everything down, that's pretty sketchy. But yesterday, I mean, even in the Discord yesterday, when we were here, people were calling for like 80 something thousand, right? And I mean, it's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Not saying it couldn't happen. It could definitely happen, but who knows? Who knows what'll happen? So just chill out, calm down. We're at the bottom of a range. Last thing you should be talking about is 80,000. What you should be thinking about is where's a good long here? How can I get in this and try to ride it to the top of the range? That's it. That's really it. And it goes the same for all the alts as well. Right now, alts do have a bit of a problem is that when Bitcoin starts to move, a lot of people will try to get in on the Bitcoin movement, right? And that's just the nature of crypto. The majority of crypto traders are not I would say that they're not the best traders and they really chase movement, right? So that's the problem. One of the problems with crypto is that. So Bitcoin starts moving, people are going to take their USDT out of the fart coin and slap it on into Bitcoin, or broccoli USDT. Going to get their broccoli longs out and slap it on in here. So it could get a little bit interesting there. Inverse head, neck, and shoulders. Definitely potential. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's there. This whole thing here is a little bit strange. So, yeah, I mean, it could very well be, right? So that's what I was talking about at the beginning here was this. It's not good looking, but it's definitely a possibility here, so like most things in trading, nothing is perfect. Oops. Nothing is perfect. So we've got this wacky trend line here. I could pull this in different ways and get more touches on it. And then now we've got this bump here. So that's what I was really thinking about yesterday. I mean, I did get in here and I thought about, maybe hitting a Adam and a Eve. So looking for price to come back down into this tail area, maybe even touch the previous day's low. So on these these sort of ideas, I mean, this is not a very good looking one. I have to say it again, but it's still, sometimes you get ugly head, neck, and shoulders. Sometimes you get ugly bump and runs. They don't look, ideal. But you can definitely see a big bump here, right? So break the trend line. And now let's see if we can run with this. And that would be the idea. Head, neck, and shoulder. Really awkward neckline. So that's what really kills me about it. But if we could pop it on something like so, would make the most sense. So maybe come down and then go up. If you start looking for that neckline down here, it starts to look a little bit strange there, right? So yeah, but it could be a very strange looking head, neck, and shoulders. But everything about Bitcoin is kind of ugly lately. So, Majid says this is your last chance to buy Bitcoin under 1 billion USDT. That could be the most sage advice I've heard all week. All week. Yes, sir. All right. 6 minutes here, and pre-market starting to play in its own range here. Coming up to work that high. All right, so this is going to be the zone that pretty obvious, but so here's our high of day. If New York's going to go for the stops, it's going to have to clear that, and then let's see how high we can get up there. Aptos moved well yesterday and this morning, says Lloyd Roger Spencer. Let's check out Apt. That's pretty nice, man. Big pump today. Wow. And that's a cute long off, Asia. Look at that. Right back into the naked point of control. And rip it. Beauty. It's funny how everything's starting to look really alike right now. That's what you call the golden pocket with a little special sauce on it. Yeah. Tiny bump there. That's a tough one. Just get down on the 1 minute, take a look at that. So you start to get a little two-legged pullback there, pops back down, pushes away. So now you're lower low. That's a bit of a toughie. But you you do got the makings of a scalp there at least. And the beauty of these is these small moves get you big winnings. There you go, 0.5 hit, fair value gap. There's no other level in there, so that would be a very decent place to look. Nice reaction candle, get an engulfing, hop in. price rips. Tiny stop loss too, that would have been. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Very nice, Sir Lloyd Roger Spencer. Very nice. Yeah, let's see where that goes now. I mean, that just crushed through all kinds of oh, and it took out the high too. Look at that. Yeah. You have to keep an eye on APT. If I can short that today. Maybe. Let's see here. All right. Free market now expanding its range. As we're about to unleash the hounds of New York upon the charts. Let's check it out. There we go. New York officially open. Very exciting. A little bit on the relaxed side, maybe. What's going on here? Oh no, that is some big volume coming. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Looks relaxed, but it ain't. Check out what these psychopaths are doing. Oh. All right, so that is some big opening volume here. So there you go. We've pretty much come down, cleaned up this zone here. This was the single print zone. All right, so I believe that'll take all the single prints out of here. Yep. There you go. No more single prints left. We can enjoy the ride up now, maybe. Stalling out at the highs. So this will be very interesting. Again, exact same scenario as yesterday, except now we've got even more resistance above us. So that's never great, but let's see if we can start to push up again to yesterday's high and hopefully take it. That would be the best thing for Bitcoin today. And then come up to this 97,010 region and just take it. We don't have to take it and hold it. We just have to wick through that. And that'll be a relatively good sign for the week on Bitcoin. Not meaning that we won't get a big pullback, but you can start setting up for a potential Thursday, Friday long if you do get that pullback. And then hope to ride it up to what did Majid say there? I can't remember how many millions. How many millions? All right, so the volume is coming in. Looking really good. Okay, so obviously we've taken out the high of the day. We really want to get there. If price starts to pull back, we could look for a pullback potentially to take out these London lows, right, and hit that previous day's close. And that might happen even if we get that previous day high break. All right, Your first zones of interest are going to be the pre-market areas, then your Asia high, previous day's open, London opening range, previous day's close, also known as your daily open, right? Now maybe wick through that, get these Londonites out of the picture, and then get some continuation to the upside. Would be the best case scenario for the bit, in my humble opinion, which isn't worth that much. Rascals. Just gonna slap this up here real quick. Opening range for New York established. Not for Bitcoin yet. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, it's not. No. No, sir. That is some very decent volume coming in here. New York continuing to expand the high. What's that range NQ hit? Uh-oh. It's a peculiar little price action range. So it's just a price action, a reversal candle range. Right, I talked about this yesterday. So I slapped that on there. Then we broke the high, then we came down, broke the low, and then it really started getting a ton of respect. So I just haven't taken it off yet. You can see how much respect it's gotten. So all of yesterday, it just kind of kept going. And so I just kept it on. It is a strange little beast, but it's just a price action range candle. Yeah. You are very welcome. You are very welcome, Bab. See if we get a close here. That is a pretty monster New York opening range, I would say. Magic, the range candles. Some of them are, right? Some of them turn into like just weird things. So for anyone who doesn't know what a range candle is, it's just a sort of it's just the idea that every time you're moving, all right, you've got up candles, you get a first down candle, and that you just create a range on, right? So it's now a point of interest that you want to see how we move out of this. So as soon as you get your first candle that closes out of this zone, you can look to trade that, all right? On the 1 minute chart, you're obviously scalping, all right? So, and yesterday when we had that heavy movement down and then we have a nice candle, right? So I just marked it off and then, yeah, I didn't erase it because it really just started holding really nicely. So once you see things getting a lot of respect, sometimes they don't make that much sense, but if they're getting a lot of respect, then, you know, then you should respect them a little bit. That's what I would say. Okay, so now let's see if this high of day can hold here. We can hold this zone, or if the stop hunt is potentially in, and we're not going to take that previous day's high, which would not be good for Bitcoin. Doesn't mean we have to do it right now. We can definitely come down here, hit the lows of the pre-market, test Asia high maybe, get some of this liquidity out of here. And then turn her back around. Very chilled out bearish volume here. Going to be trap longs here, pretty much guaranteed. It is similar to the vector candle memory. Yeah. Yeah, it is, but they don't have to be vector candles, right? So the range candles are they're just pivots. They definitely don't have to be vectors. Yeah, I know. Memory blocks, yeah. Vector memory blocks, yeah. They're very similar, except they don't have to be vectors. And they're good for scalping again, you know, it's I if you see that happen on a big level that you're waiting for, that's what you want to see, right? Then you can get in there and get aggressive. But if it's like something like this, right? You've got your pullback candle, it's your first one, especially off of like a New York Open, right? You break it, you could hop in there for a quick scalp, but you got to be pretty damn careful about it. And wait for the candle close, right? Can't take it just on a wick. So New York working the highs. Pre-market high holding. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. You can also so you can incorporate that with a lot of different things, right? So for example, like this or that one even. They're both the same really. But you get a really aggressive move outside of a little range that you're creating, right? Take out a low, aggressively move up, take out a high, and then you get your first pullback candle. Right? This is when you can, but this is very aggressive. It is very aggressive, but definitely doable. So the first thing you could be thinking about here, and this is like kind of crystal ball stuff, so obviously it's easy in hindsight, but it's extremely aggressive. So you have to be real careful with your risk management. All right. You don't want to have mega stop losses because this is a bit of a degen move, not going to lie. But as long as you're using very, very good risk management, you're okay. So you get that pullback, price pushes up, closes above it, you hop in, and you could be thinking that we might potentially be creating a supply and demand zone here, right? So a rally base rally. And then that's what we got here. Now let's see if this little bugger holds. Yes, the crystal ball stuff, everybody's favorite. But it's really very useful exercises, not necessarily stuff you want to be trading off of, but just thinking about how the market moves, right? That's what we got to do. Degen crystal balls. Yes. Those ones are always hairy. They've always got a little hair on them. Unkempt degen crystal balls. There we go now. Head down to that pre-market low. Let's see what the Nasdaq's doing real quick. Still holding that magic zone. Into the fair value gaps of the pre-market here. Oh. Pretty much filled in that last gap. Huh. Quads do not look good. not good at all here. There's your Asia high test. Quick close inside and start pumping back out. So New York has swept the pre-market range. No longer overly useful. Leave the low on for now to see if we can get back in there. Yeah, the market open shenanigans, baby. The old spin cycle. Just when you thought you had your laundry all settled, they get unsettled, baby. Yeah, this could, I'll be watching this Asia range very closely here. So you see, they don't really give you that much of a setup here off the open. Like if you were going to go short on this, you could get crazy here and just short on price action. All right, again, you've got range candle breaks to the bottom, hop in. You could also see that as a bearish engulfing, not see it as a bearish engulfing candle. But other than that, there's no real great setups here, right? But hopefully they'll let us keep riding this long a little whiles further. I've got my TP3 set here at the previous day's high, so that would be perfect. And one thing that's slightly disappointing, I will say, is that funding has not remained negative, so that's too bad. Was enjoying that, making up some of the negative funding that I've been paying positive on for a while. Oh well. Oh, that's pretty cute. Just want to check out exo charts here on the footprint, see how many, if any, trap positions we got there. Yeah, that's quite amazing. So on the last 15-minute, the last 5-minute candle, pretty decent sized volume, and all of the majority of the shorts are coming in at the bottom quarter of that candle. So hilarious to see how everybody chases movement. Let me check out the 1 minute, and the 1 minute's pretty much the same. All the shorts on that 1 minute low candle off the open there. All the not all of it, but the value area of that candle and the majority of the volume is in the lower third. Not many trapped. On Bybit, you got about 3.35, about 5 mil now trapped right at the lows here. So right around here. So that's pretty funny. So bizarre. Never ceases to amaze me. The old FOMO kicking in hard. Our PD high, right? My previous day's high. No, look at that. Thank you, Sos. That's weird. I had those two on. I must have just moved that somehow, doing something weird. Thank you, Sos. You're correct, sir. That's strange. I had that on the, let me see here. You know, I had that one there. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I've really cut down on the YouTube channels, just keeping the gems, which are often ones with few followers, such as yours. Why, thank you, Sir Lloyd. Sir Lloyd, Roger, Spencer. I'm just going to call you by your three names all the time because it sounds relatively regal. I was even thinking about sticking a third in there. Sir Lloyd, Roger, Spencer the third, I think is appropriate. But yeah, the noise, I mean, I don't think my YouTube channel will ever get that big. It's really not a huge priority for me to get this big, but even if it was, I don't think it would ever grow. Like I'm not a hype train. I don't really get too excited about trading, you know, and that's what everybody wants to see is guys who get real excited. So that ain't me, man. If you're excited while you're trading, you're probably going to do the wrong things. So it's not a good idea to get all hyped up. You know, this ain't a Wolf of Wall Street movie, fellas. It's reality. It's generally boring as hell. The only reason you should really trade is if you love this stuff, not to make money. It's to, you know, you definitely will make money doing it, but that comes with the process. Doesn't come with the Leonardo DiCaprio style of thought there, all right? The when Lambos. Forget it. All right, so this 20 EMA sticking us up now real quick on the 1 minute. Yeah, now they're dying down. Tone down the excitement a little, New York. Check out though, the NASDAQ losing the magic zone. Potential traps there too. And this is really it. This is why you don't want to get excited, because this is the, you know, this is pretty exciting. Get your pre-market pump up. New York opens, rips it, dips it, and then it just stalls out. All that volume just disappears, right? And then you've got a bunch of confused people here. Guys who are long here thinking, is it coming back up? Guys who are short here thinking, did I make the right decision? And then in a little while, we're going to figure out what the right decision was, but it rarely comes off the New York Open. Let's just check out that NQ. Yeah, and I mean, this, that would have been an interesting zone, that little fair value gap here off the open, but just rips right through it. So nothing happening there. Nothing happening there. Over here, we got the 9 EMA now holding us down. And that Asia high zone. Let's check out the old APT, still going, kicking around that same level there. Ooh, potential M forming here. Yeah, this could be a potential M here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that for the next little bit. Gabriel says, yesterday I took 5 stops in a row trying to catch the dip. Trading reversals is tough. Yeah, yeah, it is, man. It is. You know, trying to catch those falling knives, man, it's a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough. Like I don't know how long you've been here, but and I do believe Gabriel's in our Discord group. If you're not, link is in the description. But let me get rid of this nonsense here. Okay, so as we come into this zone here, you know, trying to catch all of this it's kind of a bit nutty here. You know, this is your first little sign of a change of character on a fractal sort of idea, and then it just continues downwards. And we were watching this in the Discord, and then when price comes down here and it starts to come up and break previous highs, right? That's when I started getting interested. And then you see the pullback off of that first confirmed change of character, right? So now you've got a high, a higher high, sorry, a higher low, a higher high. And then you get that big pullback. This is also going to freak people out and start getting people to think short again, right? But you come right into a golden pocket in a fair value gap here. So that for me is what I'm going for, right? And I'm not saying you can't catch this. Like you definitely can. But that's not my style. So I just don't try to catch falling knives unless I've got a big level that I've been looking for a while and price rockets into it. Because that's also, you know, you don't want to see price gingerly moving towards your zone of interest. That's never a good look either. Like you want to see some aggression as price is being delivered into your area, right? But definitely tough, man, trying to catch the falling knives like that. So watch the aggression, let it settle itself out, watch for a little key change in market structure, and then hop in, right? You don't need to catch the whole move. You just need to catch part of it to be profitable. And that's really the key, man. So patience for me is my biggest virtue in trading. And Viking says we did have good, he actually said God. We did have God support weekly and monthly. I'm not sure if that's a play on words, but I'm going to go with God support, baby. Weekly and monthly. Yeah, and you had a point of control. You had the 786. You had the previous month. What did so say? Previous month's close or previous month's open. Lot of the things there, but still catching a falling knife is always catching a falling knife. You will cut your fingers. Good. Oh, I like God better. I think for yeah. I mean monthly levels. Those are pretty God level levels. That's what I would say. Okay, now he's getting out of control. All right, I got it. Crypto Viking, calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. All right. So looks like the stop hunt is in, and this may be headed down here. New York doing it again. Now let's see if we hit the stops here of these London lows, or if this previous day's open is going to hold. 3 minutes left till 3 o'clock. Not very convincing. We'll touch off that previous day's open to the dollar. And a $2.2 billion volume Bybit TPOC. Higher volume relative to day is higher likelihood. Yeah, and you also had huge trap shorts down there. That was when you really got them suckered in. I I think it was 20, like 25 or 28 mil on just on Bybit alone. Trapped right there at the bottom too. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, Sir Lloyd Roger Spencer III, so I'm going to leave that comment alone and just giggle at it quickly. Mr. Unknown will have a chat with you later about that. Here it goes. This starts dumping much harder. I'm going to have to go close my BTC USDT long. But there's your London opening range holding. It was an easy entry. What was an easy entry? The long last night? If you're talking about the long, I would kind of debate that. That's what I would say. It's debatable. Because it really depends like what you're looking for. If you're just looking for a scalp, then fine. But and then I would say yeah, the long. Yeah, you know, like I would just talk to guys that aren't that experienced with it and say, is this an easy long? You know, when prices rip into the downside. It was an easy long for me right here, but that's again after getting confirmation of shift in market structure, pull back in. But that's generally the stuff I'm looking for. I really don't care about these. Not interested. Not interested. Almost hit previous day high, but it can hit as far as we know. Nothing is exact. Yeah, but I don't trust it when it doesn't take the previous day's high. Because I'm not looking to short this off the previous day's high. What I want to see it is it break it, and that gives me sort of a more confirmation for the way that price is going to be moving throughout the day. That's what I would say about that. Although you can get great scalps off this. If you do take it and then break back in, definitely look to scalp it. But hitting into a weekly, monthly, huge volume TPOC, taking out buying tail and LTF divs. Yeah. Yeah, I understand there could be a lot of things there. But I would still say easy. When price is ripping down like that, it's not easy for people. They get real caught up in that whole movement, man. That's really the biggest one of the biggest problems psychologically in trading, is that instead of focusing on what you're coming up to, people focus on the movement, right? And they get beat up. I don't know if it'll do the Asia low. Might do it just here at previous day's close. But could go get it. But this will be enough now. That's all of London gone. Let's take it all the way back down to 94. You know, we're not far away, that's for sure. It's a pretty tight range, but boom shakalaka. I don't even know what to say to that, Viking. Oh, boom chocolate. Jesus, that's the 90s, man. You're bringing back the 90s. I think boom shakalaka was the 90s, man. Or maybe early, no, that was 90s for sure, man. What a weird time, the 90s. Great time to be a kid, though. All right, these guys are chilling out. A little bit too relaxed for my liking at 3 o'clock. This is why I start to get sleepy and need to go drink coffee at 3. Yeah, so let's see if this can hold. For sure, 90s. Yeah, that's what I thought, Lloyd. That's what I thought. Uh, and Asia Low comes in exactly at the GP. Yeah, that I noticed already too. Venga Boys. Yeah, 90s. I noticed. I don't know if they're going to make it that easy. But I did notice the GP was pretty much right there already. That's now this might be an interesting little setup here, maybe. Get up above here into this fair value gap, Asia high, scalp it down a little bit. GP at 94.6. Hold on a second. I know one of these things is not like the other. It's the 0.5. 0.5, bro. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room. Oh, Jesus. This is getting out of control, fellas. Getting out of control. There's that Asia high hat. Pretty cute pivot. Yeah, but I'm going to do exactly what I always do. Wait for some sort of shift here and then see if I can maybe add to this BTC USDT long. Still have not hit TP3, which is right there. Not that I have, not looking at my trade station right now, but didn't hit it. But I think we go. I think we're going to give not only previous days high a little bit of a run for it, but I really do think 97 is where we're going to go for this. Top out there. That's what I believe. Not top out there, but go and test it. Then see what the hell happens up there. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, it's getting pretty slow here. It's really chilled out. Let's check out the NQ. Oh, look at that. Okay. Making it smooth down. Gonna go start warming up my espresso maker. Hit the charts and start looking for a potential long on that NASDAQ. And let's take a peek at how far down this bad boy is gonna go. So that's your daily golden pocket you're on right now. Pretty interesting. Losing it. Here she blows. Let's hit on this 30-minute. Check out that RSI one more time. It's still got room. Quite a bit. And let's check out the old quads now, see if the 60 is down. Nice. 60 is pinned. See, I don't know if we go down all the way to Asia. Low. It's gonna be tough there. We've already got like you're getting a really nice long signal here, but again, this is just a scalper's tool, so oops, previous day's close, also known as your daily open on Bitcoin. Pretty tough. Yeehaw, I'm bad. What? Yeehaw, I'm bad. What the hell is that? Is that Michael Jackson? They're bringing up way too much 90s crap here. I'm pretty sure I'm bad was 90s too. Bad. That was early 90s for sure. Yeah, that wasn't no 80s. No 80s. 80s was Thriller. 90s was I'm bad. Ooh, really, really bad. Bloody Michael. There you go. We got a 2-bar break on a lop now. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Is that what you howl? I'm bad? Yeah, it is. This is good. Bad to the bone. No, that's George Thorogood. That's a whole different type of bad. That's a whole type of bad. One likes bourbon, the other one likes children. So definitely a different type of bad. These guys are very chilled out here. Very chilled out, but you got pretty much like one. That's your real stopping volume candle. That one doesn't look too bad either, but nothing to follow up on. Very chilled out here. Very, very chilled out. All right, hit the like buttons, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you wish. If you dislike, hit the dislike button, call me names. And we've got a Discord community where you can get in there, listen to Crypto Viking rant. I'll rant once in a while. We've got Mr. Nice Guy Andy. We got the Special Sauce in there. Mongo the Man. Get in there. Ask questions. Everybody's pretty chilled out. I think everybody's really chilled out, actually. We once in a while we get a peeker in there, but it's very, very rare. And then we just ostracize them, so don't worry about it. No peekers, baby. And that's it. Good memes too. Hey, we got some all right memes. I've seen better, but we're getting better at it. We've only got maybe 2 real meme masters in there. But yeah, we got some decent memes. Yeah, but this is getting a pretty relaxed here. This level might be good. Got some liquidity taken out here. Let's see if it can start to make a move back above this Asia high here, or if it does need to go lower. So I'm gonna go, drink some coffee, not thumb, an espresso, just one. And I will hop into the Discord in about 10-15 minutes. I'll see you guys there, man. Stay safe, be well, and I will see you on the other one. Or in the next one. That's what I meant to say. Ciao, ciao.